I'm going to tell you why the new 2025 Ramcharger is going to be the best electric truck out there when it gets released. And there's pure facts about this. So you look at the Ford F-150 when it came out, and it was a big deal. It was the first electric truck really, and it had like 300 some mile range. But the issue is that the towing range was horrible. I mean, people were getting, like 100 miles of towing ranges on these things. So the towing was just horrible. And when you're looking at a truck, you kind of want to get the towing capabilities. True, you can have two purposes of a truck. You can have one for towing and one purposes for work related stuff, like working in town and stuff. But you really got to look at towing, and the total range of what a truck does. So Rivian, Tesla, F-150, all of these vehicles, um, even the Hummer, they just don't have range for towing vehicles. You've seen these tests all across YouTube. They just don't have the capability to really tow. And, yeah, you can get 100 miles, but that's really going to make you mad when you tow for 100 miles and you have to find a charger and wait because these batteries are big. So you'd have to wait forever to charge these things back up. It's just not going to make any of your travels enjoyable. So if you have an RV, don't even think about getting one of those electric trucks. The Ramcharger is the only one for you. And I'm not a Dodge person. I really never really liked Dodges. I always was a Ford person and Chevy. Back in the 90s, Chevy had the better ride and Ford was better farm truck. So I always liked Fords and I always liked Chevys. And the Dodges, the Rams, I never was a big fan of until now. The new Ramcharger is going to knock it out of the park. So what the Ramcharger does is, it has the horsepower like all the other ones, 663 horsepower. It's about, in par, maybe a little lower on the horsepower of these other electric trucks. Again, do I need 663 horsepower? No, not really. Is it nice to have? I guess so. But the range of this truck is what makes it totally different. And it's the design, the structure of how it's built is the reason why it has the range. So, for one, it has a 145-mile range in town. So, when you're pure electric, you're not turning on the generator, it has a 145-mile range. And that is great because you can still use it as an electric truck and enjoy, the cheaper cost rates of electric prices compared to gasoline. So, your normal daily everyday things, it has a great, electric capability. And when you need to go the long haul, take a trip, go across country, take a vacation, or pull a trailer or pull an RV, even a fifth wheel, then you have it's called a generator built in. So instead of it being an engine tied directly into the drivetrain, there's no transmission. So there's no transmission and there's no gearbox assembly and there's a lot less maintenance, involved in these trucks. What it is a engine, a generator behind an engine, and then a battery pack and two motors, one front and one rear. And what's really cool is because it's a generator, instead of it having to work hard, going up hills or, you know, uh, engine brake, these types of things, when it's going down a hill, it is just an engine and it generates power to a generator, which means you don't have, what am I trying to say? It doesn't get a lot of wear and tear because it's not being forced really hard against the roads going up a hill. So wear and tear is great on these engines because it's just a generator. It can run forever. It can run all night long, as I'll show you in a little bit later in this video. But this is what's really cool about it. Less maintenance. It's a generator. There's no transmission, so it's got a lot less parts to break on you. And, what can I say? It's just really, really good. 690-mile range with this generator. Now, when you pull a travel trailer or, a fifth wheel or trailer, then this is the truck, no doubt. This is the one to get because that 690-mile range generally gets cut, almost in half. So you're probably looking at about 400 miles of range with towing capability. So, compared to F-150 and all the other ones, 100-mile range, maybe 120 towing, 400-mile range. I mean, that's going to make an enjoyable trip. And the cool thing is, when you run out of gas, you just refill it. So it's kind of like a regular truck in that sense. You just start getting low on gas, get more gas. You don't have to wait at a charging station. So it makes traveling really enjoyable. Now, this is really, really cool. It has a generator capability. And because of this, you can hook your RV up to your truck and run your RV for 30 days in the middle of nowhere. And you don't have to be hooked up to anything. You can just run it straight off your truck, run the air conditioner, run everything you need, and you can get almost 30 days is what they're predicting. 30 days of electric from your RV from the truck. So that's really cool because a lot of campgrounds, you feel like you're in a trailer park, and this will get you out into the wilderness or, in the mountains. It'll get you out to enjoy life a little more. So I really like the generator capability. And also, at home use, it has a generator capability for your house. And the same thing, they said your house can get about 30 days of generator power. And again, the cool thing is that when your gas runs out, you just go refill it. You come back and you can, still do RV power station or your house. So, you buy a truck for the utility of it, and this is going to have great utility. It's going to have low maintenance. Like I said, it's just a win-win what they're going to be doing with this. Now, pricing wise, what I'm seeing right now is the price is going to be competitive to the F-150 and the other vehicles. They're trying to keep it low because this is going to be a work truck, and it's going to have, of course, high-end stuff that you can add to it. The tablet screens and comfort seats and all these things, just like the Ford does and Chevy does. So they're still going to have this capability, but it seems like they're going to be pricing it for the people to be able to afford and buy it. And one more thing I want to add, unlike a Ford or a Chevy, this thing is going to have independent rear suspension. So front and rear suspension independent. What does that mean for hauling an RV or just driving around town? It means that you're going to have a more comfortable ride. So you're going to get a truck, you're going to get a utility of a truck, and you're going to get the ride quality of more like an SUV. So that's why I think that this truck is the winner of, the electrifying America type thing. And I think it's, a win-win because you don't have to hook it up to your house, when you need that extra power. And you do hook it up to your house when you want to, save money on gasoline because then you can use it as an electric truck. So, like I said, it's just a win-win on this truck, and it's getting released. What I think they're predicting right now is March, and when it gets released, you're gonna see there's gonna be a lot of talk about this truck. It's just gonna, blow the market away, and everybody's gonna have to switch their designs of this because this is gonna be the platform to do. It's not gonna be just an electric truck out there anymore because trucks need gas. A truck can't have a big enough battery to be a usable vehicle. Technically, it can. There's some Chevys out there that have this big monster battery, but also these Chevys are weighing a ton with that battery pack. So, it's not really feasible. You can do it, but it's going to cost you a fortune. So, generator is the way to go. And like I said, you can plug it up to your house or you can just put gas in it and run it forever. So that's it for this episode. And like I said, I'm not a Dodge guy, but or Ram, because it's not Dodge anymore. I'm not a Ram guy, and this is changing my mind on it because this is just a genius structure. So if you want to complain about what I say, write it in the comments. And if you want to subscribe, please do, because you all make it happen. All right, we'll talk to you later.